Right, of course, because I should know who that is.
I don't care what you think.
I'll
tell you something that rubbed me right.
Felger and Maz on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
How much do you feel you have left? Last question in the tank, or where you're at in your career. Thank you.
What you got left in the tank, A.J. Brown? We'll see, he said. And this is walk-off. Hour number 2 of the Greg Bedard Experience. It's hour 3 of the program. 4:04 in the afternoon. It's a Big Boy Tuesday special edition. Greg Bedard brought to you by Best Ford in Nashua. Looking for great deals on a new Ford? Go to the Best Ford in Nashua on the web at bestford.com. I'll go back to the phones unless you have a fresh thought for this hour or something you want to get to, Greg, that we haven't hit on.
No, I'm good.
Okay, we'll let the callers dictate. Scott in Canton. Go, Scott.
Yes, I thought it was a good move for A.J. Brown coming to the Patriots.
So, from his point of view, you think it's a good move for the player?
It's a very good move for the player.
Okay. I don't know if I agree. He's coming to a lesser team, a better quarterback, but a lesser team. And the team he was on pays, doesn't really dick around with contracts, and wins at just about the highest level in the league. The quarterback's not as good. Passing game probably would be better here. But he's not going to win any more here than he won in Philadelphia. Sorry, you're just not. So what does he want? Does he want to win at the highest level, or does he want more targets? That's like kind of a concern for me, Greg.
I mean, I think it's, if I'm A.J. Brown, this is definitely where I want to be. I'll put all that other stuff aside because
winning.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's played for Vrabel. He's won with Vrabel. They went to the Super Bowl last year. He had an ascending quarterback. I would just want to get away from Jalen Hurts. I don't have a lot of confidence in him. A.J. Brown obviously doesn't have a lot of confidence in him. I think that the Eagles, as good as the franchise is, and I like the owner, I like the GM, there's a lot of stability issues there, especially at offensive coordinator. They have a different offensive coordinator every year. Josh McDaniels isn't going anywhere. You could probably be with the same guy, the same quarterback, the same head coach to finish off your career and have a chance to win Super Bowls and know that Mike Vrabel is a guy that you believe can get the best out of you and understands you and all that stuff. So I think it's very comfortable. Plus,
well, I mean, I would agree that Eagles
he's a
outfit,
Patriots fan.
I've never, yeah, great. I've never seen a team win at a higher level be more effing miserable than that Eagles team. So, like, there is something there in the water.
They fired Doug Peterson.
But maybe it was Brown. I mean, Brown was part of the problem.
Doug's Sirianni could be out at any time. Like, they go through a lot of people over there.
Meanwhile, aren't you just so glad that A.J. Brown's a Patriots fan? And there's, I get apparently fake pictures of him rolling around in a Patriots onesie?
Whee!
Mike in Westford on that. Go ahead, Mike.
Hey, boys. So I just want to say I tuned in specifically for the negativity. So great show today. I'm loving it. And I also 1,000% agree that Family Man Vrabel's relationship with A.J. Brown was a result in an overpay. However, when I saw A.J. Brown in a Brady jersey, not in a weird way, it kind of made it move a little bit. I got pumped up.
That's definitely
I
weird.
mean, as a fan, like, I get it for like a half a second.
Mm-hmm.
But honestly, like, that does it for you? That makes you feel better about the trade? The fact that he was a Patriots fan as a 5-year-old kid?
Yeah, what don't you get?
I don't get any part of that.
No, TV guys love this.
I'm telling you,
my God.
This is a story for the airheads on local TV news. I say that with all the love and respect in the world for my wife is a former one of these, okay? So it's just, but that's what that is. That local TV news fluffery is what that is.
Oh, and how
Interesting word choice.
Every time, they bring in, like, I remember Andy Borregales getting asked about, like, do you remember watching Adam Vinatieri? Where were you when he made the kick in the snow? Like, all this stuff.
No, again, Patriots magic is what we're calling it.
Here's Jack in Framingham. Go ahead, Jack.
Hi, Mike, you're waving your arms around like it's your money. I say go for it. Free agency's a crapshoot. You could back up the Brinks truck for Gonzalez, so you can blow an Achilles. It's Kraft's money. He's got his
Hey, Jack.
His first bar mitzvah money. Go for it.
I'm just following the lead of Patriots fans who I've been engaged with I started coming to him in 1999, so 27 years. I've been either covering the team or talking to you about the team behind a radio mic. So I know what you care about intimately, as well as anyone. And in talking to you for 27 years, I know you care about who won the deal. You loved it over those years when the Patriots did not overpay for a player, or they bamboozled some team, or they held their ground and got the team to come to them on their terms. You loved it, and you talked about it, and you celebrated it, and we discussed it.
Yep.
Over and over and over again. I know this better than anybody. So I'm just continuing the topic that you enjoy. Who won the trade and why? And who overpaid and who held their cards better and all those things. You love talking about this topic, and so I'm just giving you what you want.
And back then, Jack talked about it like they were spending his money.
So I'm trying to say. So I'm the one being consistent. You folks said, not so much. Now you don't care that they overpaid? Okay, well, that's a switch. That's different. Joe in Everett. Hi, Joe.
Hey, guys. Blessings of Jesus. Love you. I'd like to inquire about
and also
two players.
Go ahead.
Oh, thank you. I'd like to inquire about two players, Demetrius Crownover and Gabe Akers. I saw a picture of Crownover going up against Will Campbell, and he made Will Campbell look small. So, especially Greg, have you observed him? What are your thoughts on those guys?
Okay, does Crownover have long arms, buddy?
Thank you for the call. I can already tell we have someone from the firmly residing in the Will Campbell left tackle bunker. But either way, did you see this crossover guy?
Crownover.
Well, whatever his name is.
So, yes, Demetrius Crownover, who was a 6th-round pick of the team, has been at all the practices. He is a very large man with long arms. Mm-hmm. He has played left tackle more than Caleb Lomu has in these two practices. He usually gets about 5 or 6 snaps at left tackle. He's mostly at right tackle. Behind Moses and Lomu.
So Crownover's a tackle.
Yeah, he's a tackle.
I thought he was saying that he beat Will Campbell on a pass.
No, and I don't think I wasn't looking that closely. I was watching A.J. Brown today, but I don't think Gabe Akers has been out there. He wasn't he was at rookie camp. I think he's dealing with a little minor something, that's not major. But I don't think he's been on the practice field, as far as I can tell. And, I thought he was a good draft pick. He's a guy they traded up for.
Are you concerned about their pass rush? And
absolutely.
Their edge rush.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a real thing.
I like where they are right now, but they're very, very thin. If, Harold Landry goes down again, they're screwed. I'm not the biggest Draymond Jones fan who they picked up to replace Caleb Von Chason. He's a different player. He's a bigger, more powerful player than Chason is. He's got a lot of speed. Akers is more of a speed guy. Elijah Ponder's playing a lot out there because Harold Landry and Akers aren't out there. I think Ponder looks good. And, Draymond Jones, we'll see. I think this is a new sort of position for him. He has inside-outside versatility, but he's definitely going to be one you watch and be like, are they better? But, yeah, I'm concerned about edge.
Sam in the car. Hi, Sam.
I have a couple things. Is it weird that we might have the best wide receiver core we've ever had in the history of the Patriots, and I'm also afraid that they're not going to do anything of note? And then with the injury to Hill, does this change what they do with Booty? Because I think they need to keep him because they could do A.J. Brown and Booty on the outside and Dobbs on the inside, and I think that would help, take the top off the defense, if they say.
Okay. I was going to ask about the loss of what's the tight end's name again?
Julian Hill.
Were they planning to be more of a under center? They're under center a good amount last year, but an even more under center power running kind of team, and that was going to be the key to it. Was that big blocking tight end? Does that change it in that regard? Is my question.
Yeah, they're basically going to have to see. Can Eli Raridan, the rookie, can he do a little bit more? He is a big kid, 6'6", 255, 260, but I don't. Those rookie tight ends coming out of college can't usually block their way out of a paper bag for a while. So we'll see. Do they have to add somebody else? Are they going to put Westover out there, move him from fullback to tight end? I do think that was part of the plans, to get more physical, be able to beat you in different ways. I mean, they were so bad in short yardage. They couldn't run in the red zone, which also affected their red zone offense. They couldn't, leak a drop with the running game in the red zone. And so I think that was an area that they really needed to improve upon to really take it to the next level, and that was the plan. What happens now without Hill, I don't know. I think they're just going to have to try a bunch of things. We could see Lomu as the jumbo tight end.
Oh, third tight end.
Yeah, so that might get him on the field a little bit more than
he ever
previously
do that
thought.
At Utah, did he ever catch passes?
I don't think so. I mean, he started all the time at left tackle.
Isn't he a suck run blocker?
I mean, all college offensive linemen are. I mean, they rarely do they get into 3-point stances. There were some of these guys that I was watching evaluating the offensive tackles coming out, and I'm like, is this guy ever going to get in a 3-point stance?
It's such a good point.
It's like 7-on-7.
It's like the quarterback's constantly in shotgun, and the tackles are constantly with their elbows on their knees.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Or hands up. And it's get down, and I'm with you. It's the same. That's why I hate college football.
And that's a reason why I liked the Caleb Lomu pick, because all things being equal, if Campbell's fine and healthy and Moses is fine, he's probably not going to play this year. And I'm just fine with that, because I am now at a point, especially now, it's always been an issue, offensive linemen coming from college, with the coaching isn't that good. They want recruiters more than coaches. But now with NIL and guys jumping all over the place, they never get coached by one guy for more than a year. All of these offensive linemen really need a year on the bench. They need a year of development, get stronger, understand the speed of the game. So I'm just fine with that, because I think Lomu redshirts a year, boom, he's ready to start at right tackle next year.
Is there any chance to keep him Booty, yes or no?
No.
Okay.
No. And by the way, all this talk about the Patriots, their wide receiver room now in depth.
Oh, yeah, back to the best receiver room ever.
Okay, you have A.J. Brown, who's really good, if healthy. Romeo Doubs is fine. He hasn't even proven he's a number 2 in the NFL yet. Mac Hollins is Mac Hollins. I mean, he's fine. Who's the
Douglas Williams?
Demario Douglas barely got on the field last year. I do like him with the ball in his hands, but he's probably not long for this scheme. Kyle Williams didn't do anything last year. Kayshon Boutte's not going to be here. Like, where's this talk about how great the Patriots receivers core is? Like, I know some people are saying, they have the best group in the league now. I mean, the Vikings have Justin Jefferson. They have Jordan Addison, and they just added Juwan Jennings from the 49ers. I would take the Vikings wide receivers all day long. I mean, I think the Patriots are better. I think they're getting better. I have high hopes for Kyle Williams. I think he's going to be a good player. But they're a long way to me to being like some really dangerous top of the NFL group.
Let's do 10 questions with the big fella. Special edition right after these words.
Felger and Maz continue on the Sports Hub.
You want the answer? You've got to ask the
Do
question.
you have an opinion based on if you had to go with your gut, which way it would go?
Sometimes you have to ask it over and over and over again.
Why?
This is 10 Questions with Greg Bedard and Felger and Maz on 98.5, the Sports Hub.
All right, special OTA edition, special A.J. Brown Trade Day edition of a Big Boy Tuesday brings you 10 questions, hour and 20 minutes into the spot. As always, 10 questions, as always, is brought to you by Naterno Home Services, Greg Bedard's choice for home services. Naterno, your local family-owned home service experts. Right now, Naterno will buy back your old heating system for up to $2,000, plus upgrade to a brand new Bryant HVAC system with 0 down and 0 interest for 36 months. Great deal. Visit NaternoHome.com to learn more. When your house says, oh no, better call Naterno, we got to stay on time. Jimmy, what are our buzzer options?
Sing it, Holly. Come on.
Maz's tears. Maz's tears.
Okay. That's scary. Next. Ding.
What did the quarterback look like? We'll start there. I've seen some photos. He looks a little bit more bulked up. Is he a little bit more bulky to you?
Alex, is he bulked up or is he fat?
Okay. Well put, Maz. Next.
Mine was getting long. I'm not joking. It was getting long for me.
Go ahead. Ron Carthon, who crossed paths with him in Tennessee.
Rand
Carthon, sorry. Rand Carthon. That guy.
Last one.
Subject line, hypocrite. Hypocrite. You're a hypocrite. You're a hypocrite. You're a hypocrite. Hypocrite. Subject line, hypocrite. Hit it, number 10, please.
Mine was getting long. I'm not joking. It was getting long for me.
Who won the Myles Garrett trade and why?
If it was any other team other than the Browns, I would say the team that was trading the singular player. But because it's the Browns, it's never going to work out for them. It's never worked out for them. Anytime they try this, it blows up in their face. So in this particular trade, I like the Rams because I just think Myles Garrett is that good. He's that singular of a player. I think the injury risk is low because of the way he maintains his body. I think he is one of those rare difference makers on defense that can put you over the top, and they desperately needed a guy like this.
Rams. Of course, it's the Rams. And did you know that they are the first team since the merger to have the MVP and the Defensive Player of the Year on the same roster?
Did not know that.
Love that. Love that. Good move for the Rams.
Rams, because the Cleveland Browns are idiots, and nothing will ever go right for the Cleveland Browns. For that alone, the Rams won the trade.
Next. Ron Carthon, who crossed paths with him in Tennessee.
Ran
Carthon, sorry. Carthon. Would you trade 2 first-round picks for any defensive player, Greg? And if so, who would that guy be or those guys be?
It would just be Myles Garrett. For a while, until Micah Parsons got hurt, he was in that category for me, but he's kind of a littler guy. Like, I just worry about the wear and tear. I just think Myles Garrett is just built for this. That guy is just built to play football and play on the edge and kill quarterbacks.
Yes, but got to be an elite pass rusher or a corner that's clearly...
Give me specific players you would trade 2 first-round picks for.
Garrett, Parsons, Will Anderson, and the cornerback out in Denver, whose name always...
Patrick Surtain.
Patrick Surtain. Those guys, absolutely.
Yeah, I would never do it for a cornerback.
Me neither.
I would have absolutely done it for Garrett, but also Dexter Lawrence with the Giants. I know he's inside, but he's a bull. Surtain with the Broncos, Will Anderson of the Texans, and I want to say I'd give you 1 for Jalen Carter, but he's too much of an a-hole, so I'm not giving you 2.
So I wouldn't give up 2 first-round picks for any defensive player. Remember, I didn't like the Parsons trade for the Packers.
Right.
So I don't believe in that, and I certainly wouldn't do it for a corner. If I had to do it, it would be one of these pass rushing, just monster defensive linemen we're talking about.
What about Revis in his prime?
I love that player. I still don't think I would.
I would.
I still don't think I just, I think a singular pass rusher can take over a game and win you a championship. I've seen Donald do it. I've never really seen a corner do it. No, you're asking too much at that position. Anyway, next. Subject line, hypocrite. Hypocrite. You're a hypocrite. You're a hypocrite. You're a hypocrite. Hypocrite. Subject line, hypocrite. I do. Whenever you say that word, I just hear you're like crying. It's a cry. You hypocrite. Number 8, do you like the way the Rams run their team, Greg?
So I don't hate it, but I don't love it. Like, I think they go a little bit to the extreme. But I do really like how they kill the draft in the middle rounds, which allows them to do this. I was just looking at their roster. I think they have 12 starters who at most were second-round picks. Most of them are third, fourth. And you get Puka Nacua in I think it was the 4th round. They got Puka Nacua, 5th round. Sorry, they got a slot receiver in the 6th round. You got a right tackle is in the 5th round. The running backs in the 5th round. They get all these. They have done a really good job at drafting in the middle rounds, and that's allowed them to go make big moves.
I love the way they do business. Are you kidding me? They've completely punched a hole in the NFL prototype, or however you want to phrase it. The NFL formula of how you have to do it. They completely have thrown that on its ear. I love it.
I love it. F them picks and F your stupid cap. To Maz's point, it goes to show you how fake the cap is, the way that the Rams do business. And it shows you they're trying to win now, which is what you should want as a fan.
Next. Ron Carthon, who crossed paths with him in Tennessee.
Ran
Carthon. List in order the best Patriot coaches of all time and stop when you get to the late Raymond Berry. Passed away yesterday. Rest in peace.
Belichick, Vrabel, Berry.
Belichick, Vrabel, Berry. Maz.
Belichick, Parcells, Chuck Fairbanks.
Thank you. Did you? Was that an intentional slight?
No,
or?
It wasn't.
Go ahead, Maz.
Belichick, Parcells, Chuck Fairbanks, Mike Vrabel, Raymond Berry.
Parcells, Belichick, Vrabel, Berry. I always put Parcells ahead of Belichick. In any of these type of lists that we have these type of
You
things.
still?
Yeah.
I haven't noticed this.
Yeah, F him.
Parcells greater than Belichick.
In my opinion, yes. I liked him better.
Okay. Who was it?
It's my list.
Okay. But
Parcells gave you Belichick. Without Parcells, you don't get Belichick. Parcells never cheated.
Oh, are you sure?
That we know of.
What do you think?
Parcells, Belichick, Vrabel, Berry.
Okay.
So I would have Belichick, Parcells, Vrabel, Berry.
Okay. Belichick, Parcells are 1 and 2.
Definitely.
Then I think Fairbanks and Vrabel is a
Close.
Fairbanks was terrific. They got screwed with Ben Dreithen, the roughing the passer. That 76 team could have won the Super Bowl. That Raiders team that won the Super Bowl that year lost only once. It was to you, and you should have beat him in that playoff game out there. So Fairbanks got screwed out of a Super Bowl trip. Vrabel's only been here a year, but so it's Belichick, Parcells, Vrabel, Fairbanks, and then Berry. Berry greater than Pete Carroll. Yes.
Yeah.
I think we all have. We have
Yeah.
Ray Berry over Pete Carroll.
Yes.
I do too. Which leads to the next question. Go ahead, Jimmy.
Sing
it, Holly. Come on.
Mass is tears. Mass is tears.
Yeah, that's down there. Who was the nicest NFL coach you ever came across, Greg? Or for the rest of us, witnessed from afar or interacted with or just saw on TV? Who's the nicest NFL head coach you ever came across?
Nicest guy who happened to be at Patriots practice today, Jason Garrett.
Oh,
super nice guy.
Good one.
Super nice guy.
Yeah, good one.
No question about it.
Dick Vermeil. It was really, really nice guy. Boring as hell, but nice guy.
Yeah.
I mean, talked my face off.
Oh, my God. He's still talking about his family winery. Oh, my God. Would you stop already with this?
But nice guy.
Yeah, Dick Vermeil was mine, too. Met him once, nice. And also, even, how many times you'd see one of his players pick up a first down, or he's, crying like a menopausal woman on the sideline. He's just...
Yes, he was a crier. No question about it. Marty Schottenheimer.
Oh, yeah? Good one.
Was a nice guy.
Yeah, very nice guy.
I remember just, he'd do the podium, and then he'd come into the locker room and just chat if you wanted to chat in the locker room. He's just super nice guy. I thought, to the media anyway. All right, next.
What did the quarterback look like? We'll start there. I've seen some photos. He looks a little bit more bulked up. Is he a little bit more bulky to you?
Alex, is he bulked up or is he fat?
I just asked who the nicest NFL coach was. So in the tool bag slot, I asked the obvious question. Who's the biggest a-hole tool bag coach you ever came across, Greg, or witnessed? For the rest of us, who's the biggest a-hole?
I mean, I have to go with Belichick. I mean, it's really no contest.
Why the delay? Belichick. Slam dunk, runaway, biggest a-hole ever.
I mean, I have come across I didn't like Mike Tice with the Vikings.
Oh, right, with his big stupid pumpkin head.
Yes.
He always came off as an a-hole too.
Yeah, he was
guy
an
in a head
a-hole.
that was like
Big,
enormous
pumpkin head.
William Richard Belichick in a landslide. His friends call him Dick.
Next.
Mine was getting long. I'm not joking. It was getting long for me.
List in order the best receivers in the league and stop when you get to A.J. Brown. If he's outside the top 10, give us your top 10 and then just tell me where Brown, his range.
So I was surprised when I went through the list that I actually had A.J. Brown about 15. Some of the guys I have in front of him, Puka Nacua, Jamar Chase, JSN, Amon-Ra St. Brown, CeeDee Lamb, Justin Jefferson, Nico Collins, Drake London, T. Higgins, Malik Neighbors, Devontae Smith, who defenses reacted and watching Eagles film. The opponents did not react to A.J. Brown. He did not dictate coverage. Devontae Smith did. Garrett Wilson, Jalen Waddle, Terry McLaurin, and Emeka Ibuka. Then I have A.J. Brown.
Bedard has too many on his list.
There's just one in there that I wanted to dispute.
CeeDee Lamb.
I don't like CeeDee Lamb. We've talked about that.
A lot of empty calories, that guy.
Garrett Wilson. Go ahead.
Jefferson, Chase, Nacua, JSN, St. Brown, Drake London, Neighbors, Collins, Lamb, McLaurin, A.J. Brown, 10th.
10th.
So I got him 11th. I go Jefferson, Chase, Nacua, JSN, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Nico Collins, Tet McMillan, Drake London, Terry McLaurin, Chris Olave, then A.J. Brown.
Tet McMillan already?
He's awesome.
Yeah, I thought about him.
He crossed my mind, but he hasn't done it long enough. I love Drake London.
Garrett Wilson. If he gets in a real organization with a real coach and a real quarterback situation,
it's just
man, that guy's dynamite on film. It really is.
Hard to project.
I know.
Oh, by the way, I have a little stat for you.
Give it to me.
19 players in the league last year. 19 wide receivers had 1,000 yards or more. Brown was one of them. He's also the oldest of those 19.
Oh, wow. Interesting. Next.
Mine was getting long. I'm not joking. It was getting long for me.
All right, turns out Brown is not going to wear his trademark number 11. He's going to go with number 1. Was it wrong for the Patriots to give out number 11 to Josh Dobbs last year? Is it wrong to give out number 87 to Romeo Dobbs this year?
I would say I don't have a problem with number 11, but I think similar to the Red Sox, like if you're going to the Hall of Fame, the number gets pulled. So 12 and 87.
So I would say, just to jump in, you don't have to officially retire it, but
out of respect,
out of respect, I wouldn't give it out.
Yeah.
You know, like there's some examples that I just don't come to mind. They have given out number 4, haven't they? Have they given out number 4?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
I thought there was a number that they haven't given out, but it's not retired. But I don't know. I know teams do this. It's not retired, but can you pick a different number? I mean, I think they should be doing that with number 87 anyway.
Oh, 87, definitely. Yeah, number 11 I'm not as adamant about, but they should not have given Dobbs 87.
It's now Gronk's number, but when Gronk first came into the league, I didn't like that he had it because it was Ben Coates' number. No one should have that number but those two guys.
Okay, next.
Craig Woodson changed to 4 this year.
He did. Mm-hmm. Okay, next.
Sing it,
Holly. Come on.
Maz's tears. Maz's tears.
A.J. Brown famously was reading a self-help book on the sidelines during the playoffs 2 years ago. Greg, I ask you, what is your favorite self-help book or self-help expert? Do you dabble in that kind of stuff, or have you ever?
So I don't. I would say my only knowledge about this would be when my wife watched a lot of Dr. Phil, like back in the day, the early days. And, I'd have to watch some of that. And I thought it was pretty good, the early days, before he became a kook.
I haven't really dabbled a lot, no, but I did do a lot of Google searches and stuff like that. One in particular about marriage before I got married.
Really?
Yeah.
Before, huh?
Yeah, Google existed before you got married.
Yeah, well, that was 23 years ago. It wasn't that old.
I don't like
2003. Google existed.
I was barely on the internet at that point. Did it exist? Yeah,
oh, of course.
I don't even know.
I don't dabble. I think they're all con artists. If you need good life advice, talk to your parents, grandparents, older siblings, something like that.
I agree with Jim.
Good.
I've never dabbled. I don't. I think it is largely a sham. The closest I've gotten, as Jim Murray and I have discussed, coming home hammered and watching Joel Osteen.
He'll get you.
Is about as close as I get. I will stop and listen to Joel Osteen and say, this guy's actually, he's got me a little bit. He's a super pleasant guy. And he has some, he's not too, if you just follow Joel Osteen, I think you'd be a pretty good person.
Closest I ever got was Stuart Smalley.
That last one, hit it. Subject line, hypocrite. Hypocrite. You're a hypocrite. You're a hypocrite. You're a hypocrite. Hypocrite. Subject line, hypocrite. If you were a self-help expert yourself, what would be the number one piece of advice or life lessons you would give to your flock?
So the only real advice that I have is sort of parenting. And I tell this, whether it was kids I coached or the parents, let your kid fail. Let them fail. Let them get back up. Like, if they get a bad grade, don't go to the teacher. Ask, how are you going to get better? Your kid doesn't make the team, don't go cry. Ask, what are you going to do to make the team next year? Like, things like that. Like, don't get involved. Our parents today are robbing our kids of, being able to handle themselves as adults in the workplace. And so just let your kids fight their battles for themselves. Encourage them, but let them go through it. Let them pick themselves back up, and they'll be much better for it in the long run.
Yeah, we don't teach them resiliency is what you're getting at. Zero. Cut yourself a break. It's fine to expect a lot of yourself, but you got to be realistic too. It's okay to make mistakes.
Don't be afraid to fail. Same thing that Greg was saying. Take your lumps. Don't be afraid to fail. You want to get better, learn how to fail.
Don't go overboard chasing happiness. Try a pursuit like challenge yourself. Try and accomplish something. Try and learn something. Try and make something of yourself. I've mentioned this before. Chasing happiness. That's an elusive little sucker. You can do everything, and everything should make you happy, but it just doesn't, because it's just an elusive chemical thing that you just can't guarantee. So happiness should come second. Try to accomplish something. Try to learn something. And then, wouldn't you know, maybe that fulfills you. And maybe that makes you happy. But just chasing the second thing before the first thing is asking for trouble. That would be my life advice. But I would definitely go with Joel Osteen over all of those. Back to your calls on everything right after these words. Whee! Goalie fight.
Felger.
Whee! Look at the goalie fight.
Whoa.
Maz.
Oh, my God.
Murray.
He sucks in the playoffs.
That's great. No.
98.5.
Wonderful. Good.
The Sports Hub.
Let's continue with some calls here for Bedard. Tom and Quincy. What do you got, Tom?
Hey, what's going on, guys? Hey, I always try to reserve my offensive line talk for when Bedard's on, because I love it. I do have legit questions about what the direction is by drafting 2 offensive linemen back-to-back in the first round. And I know that the kid that they got this year out of Utah is primarily plays the position that they drafted Will Campbell for. And I know that they just did the extension or whatever it was, a revamped contract for a Wenu. So, Greg, where does this put, seems like a lot of moving parts to get that offensive line straight. So is that kid that they drafted this year, do you think that he's going to end up starting at Will Campbell's position and they're going to kick him over?
Okay, Tom, you're sort of fading in and out, but just give us your appraisal of the offensive line now, and ultimately, where do you see Lomu and how that all shaken out?
So, assuming Elijah Vera Tucker is healthy, I think they're going to have a much improved offensive line. I think that Will Campbell is healthier, stronger. He's going to be better, more improved this season. Hopefully you get another season out of Morgan Moses, who I thought, in my opinion, was their best offensive lineman last year. Owenu came on the second half of the season. He showed up, in my opinion, out of shape again. He just seems to be one of the guys that just plays himself into shape. It's kind of the way he does things. Jared Wilson, we'll see at center. I think he could very easily be an upgrade over Garrett Bradbury, who was pretty solid last year for them. I know Bradbury didn't like the practice, and I don't think the Patriots loved that. I think he did practice, but I think Elijah Vera Tucker is a huge upgrade if he's healthy. As far as the tackle, look, to Tom's question, the reason why they had to go back to back is because Bill neglected the position for years. He neglected a lot of positions for years. It used to be like clockwork. The Nate Solder draft pick was not about that year. It was about the next year. He had Matt Light in his last season, had Sebastian Vollmer at right tackle. So what did he do? A year ahead of time, he drafted the guy. Then he stopped doing that. That's why we got Trent Brown being brought back every year and him basically quitting at the end of every season. It was just a disaster. So somebody had to be the grown-up and actually address the offensive tackle position. You can't sign them in free agency. You can't really trade for them unless they're like a Laramie Tunsil, who there's character questions about. So you have to draft and develop them. And they had no choice with Will Campbell. Caleb Lomu, I like the pick. Now this sets them up with Wilson in the middle. I think Owenu's gone. He's gone after this year. You draft or sign a right guard. I would prefer, it's not going to happen now because they redid his contract, but I would have preferred to bring somebody in like a Joel Bitonio, maybe exploring trading Michael Owenu and saving his money. But I'm okay with another year of Michael Owenu, but I like where the line is.
Brian and Lowell. Go ahead, Brian.
Hey, what's up?
What do you got, Brian?
Hey, I want to talk about A.J. Brown trade.
Do it.
That happened already. I'm pretty excited about it, man. I'm ready for next season to start. I'm ready to see what AJ Brown can do for us on the Patriots. He's gonna fit right in the offense scheme, I think, with Pop Douglas and Keyshawn Booty.
Okay, Brian, thanks for the call. Do they need AJ Brown to really contend for a Super Bowl, Greg?
Yeah, I think so. I think they needed another option where Drake May could go, on third down, on crucial downs. I think he gives them some big playability, but I think, most of that will come from, just like it did last year, will come from Drake May and Josh McDaniel's scheme. But I think he does improve the Patriots. I think I really look forward to Drake May when he's got to have it, going to A.J. Brown on a slant or a back shoulder or something like that, because, even though A.J. Brown can't separate like he once did, he's open even when he's covered, because he's that big of a body. Like these it's a big boy against little cornerbacks. One of my friends was like, I can't wait to watch Gonzalez and A.J. Brown in training camp. I'm like, I don't want to see that. I don't want Gonzalez to get hurt. I mean, A.J. Brown is a big, strong boy.
Okay, Bedard, on the last shoe to drop, really, this offseason, and that is what's going to happen with Christian Gonzalez. What's the end game on that? Final thought with the big boy and your calls, long commercial-free segment. We're here till 6 o'clock, but Greg, it just has the 5 minutes left. And then, again, on Gonzalez and your calls, long commercial-free segment next. Sean and Lawrence. Go, Sean.
You keep saying, I didn't actually watch the game, whether it's Patriots, Celtics, Bruins, whatever. Isn't your job as a talk show host to actually watch sports?
So I would say my job is to get you to listen.
That is the job.
Mission accomplished.
Take this job and shove. Felger and Maz, 98.5, the Sports Hub.
Karen, go ahead.
There appears to be a contract situation involving Christian Gonzalez. Are you hoping or working toward resolving that so you see him at minicamp and down the road?
Well, I think that there's, the contract is the business and the professional side of this. The personal side, I don't want to let anything interfere with that. I want Christian to be ready when he comes back, and I would imagine that he would be here next week, and if he is, then we'll coach him and be ready to move on and get him ready to help us and help himself. And contracts are a part of professional sports. I understand that, but I also know that those should remain private. And like any contract, you want to make sure in negotiation that everybody feels like they get something out of it. And I'll leave it at that.
So it's at least the second member of the Patriots, this one a really important one, confirming essentially that Christian Gonzalez is in a contract battle, back and forth, whatever, contract holdout with the Patriots. Vrabel pretty much confirms it there, mentioning the contract and all of that. He says, I would imagine he'd be there next week. They moved up the time of their mandatory minicamp to next week.
Yeah, thanks.
Killing Greg Bedard's vacation. But he said he would imagine that he'd be there next week. So it's mandatory, Greg. If he's not there, he can be fined, right?
Correct.
And they can't repeal the fines because the dumb, cheap owners mandated that you can't repeal fines for missing mandatory mini camps or training camps. So now what these players do is they show up. Of course, he's going to be there, but they don't participate. So is that what we would expect with Christian Gonzalez next week? He shows up but doesn't participate.
Yes. I would anticipate him standing on the sidelines in his shorts and maybe waving at Hal. That's about it.
Okay. You know what I would love to see once? Don't go. Don't even show. It's $150K max if you get hit for 50 every day.
Have you looked that up? Is that what that is?
Apparently, they depending on, and I don't know how the whole thing works, but they said the range is like 18,000 to 51,000.
Okay.
Okay, and I guess it can increase during the course of camp. It depends on other factors.
Got it.
But I'm calling it 150.
Sure.
Okay, just to make it easy.
Yeah.
Don't go. It's $150K. You've already got that socked away somewhere without a problem. So don't go. You want to make a real statement? No, he will, because why lose 150 if you don't have to? He's going to make it back and then some, one way or the other. Okay? But if you really want to make a statement, don't show up at all. Let him know that you're really pissed.
But ultimately, Greg, you think this gets figured out with Christian Gonzalez?
I wish I could tell you, Jim. I mean,
because the reason I ask is this. So maybe, because I, too, also think that this was an overpaid for A.J. Brown. I'm glad they got him. But maybe some of their willingness to give up a first-round pick is that they know deep down they're getting one of those picks back because they're going to move Christian Gonzalez. You know what I'm saying?
It could be. I mean, I keep having mixed feelings about this because the Patriots defense that I've seen in these two practices, they've been bringing a lot of pressure. Which if you're bringing pressure, you're playing man-to-man behind it. Maybe they could, because they started to play more man-to-man in the postseason. Maybe they're, to me, from what I've seen, I think they're going to play more man-to-man. And, but I'm not sure about that. I think that the Crafts would prefer not to pay Christian Gonzalez. I don't think any cornerback is worth it. I'd rather get 2 first-round picks for him and, invest in the pass rush and in the team, things like that. I do wonder if there's a deal to be made to get a bridge deal between these two sides because, Gonzalez is scheduled to make, I think he's only supposed to make like $3 million this year.
He's got a great softball swing.
He does.
So natural.
And then $18 million the next year on the 5th-year option. Like, is there a bridge deal where, they start to pay him a lot more money, but he also can get to free agency at a relatively young age and say, well, we won't franchise tag you, something like that. But I'm not sure. These things get messy and where the Patriots are and how much they've spent already in cash this offseason. I don't know where this is going to go. I think the front office and the coaches would like to pay him. Does that mean that it's going to happen? I can't tell you.
Of course, the front office. I don't mean to dump on the take there, but yeah, it's just the coaches are generally want to pay the best players and keep the best players. It's the owner. You got to get through the ownership, and that's where we are with Christian Gonzalez. All right, big boy, it was good to have you in.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah,
nice seeing you, Greg.
Nice popping.
See you guys.
You want to leave a note for anybody while you're here or anything?
Maybe I'll leave. Does he have a mailbox or something? Yeah, that
exactly.
I can
draw a hog on a Post-it, leave it on his locker.
Yeah.
All right, thus concludes the Big Boy Tuesday here, special edition. Back to your phones. Listen, we've the last 2 days here with the A.J. Brown thing, I've given you all the stuff that's bugged us, talked extensively, and we'll continue to on how they lost the trade, and this was a departure for them, and sort of giving you that side to the story, because I am fair. I do want to give you the other side of the story, and that is things that I liked about it, things that you should feel good about, and the best parts of this trade. I do want to give you that because those do exist. And I'll do that with your phone calls at 617-779-0985. Right after Big Jim Murray gets you updated. No commercials here. Just 90 seconds.